filming. Morning, guys. Out doing my morning chores. It's super cold because of the wind. The outside temperature is not so cold. We've had it below freezing for a week or so, but the wind just makes it ice cold. So these here are the few chickens that are left that are not breast. We use these right now to produce our personal eggs, because all the other eggs are going into the hatchery and then being sold as hatching eggs, or we hatch ourselves. We're going to be hatching about 300 chicks every 4 weeks, and we have been booked out on chicks and stuff for a while, so it's really important that we use all the eggs for that, and these eggs here we use for our personal consumption. So if you look over here, we have had young chickens walk here, but it's not really well structured. This is still from the cows. I'm going to tear all of this out, then I'm going to build several sections here for the chickens. And then over there I'm going to have 2 areas where I can have the chicks in. Basically I have 2 hatching machines running soon. I will have 2 areas, one for each hatching machine, where the chicks go in for about 3 to 4 weeks. Then they come out into one of these sections, and then I'm selling them off. Either 3-week-old, sexed, separated, or I will raise them the roosters to butcher weight, 12 to 14 weeks old, and the hens to 16 weeks when I will sell them. Some people have ordered day-old chicks as well, but that hasn't been as wanted for some reason. That's basically what we have to do here, and I want to go with the deep bedding everywhere. I need to have different sections, so later on in the spring I will actually have to put, when it's a little warmer, chickens in the greenhouse as well, and I will have separate sections there as well. So we just bought another bag of chicken feed. Buying the chicken feed in these high quantities is obviously much cheaper than buying them from these little 20 kilo bags or 25 kilo bags. But this is still more expensive than if I had a little silo, for example. So if it's going to continue to go the way it has been, then I will definitely look into getting a little silo that can hold maybe 5 tons or something, 5 tons of feed, and order that, because then both delivery is free for me and the price per kilo is cheaper as well. So people have been asking me why I don't mix my own feed and so on, and it's just availability, you know. This is just very convenient and so much better. It comes from a local mill, and I just don't have the place, the space, the time, and all of that to buy my own grain and do that. Plus, this is a feed that has proven itself to be very good. The chickens lay really well with it. So before I give them the feed, I'm throwing some oats into the stable so that they will scratch through the deep bedding. You can see here how many wood shavings there are, and overnight now they have obviously put a lot of manure into the deep bedding, but me throwing down the oats here just makes them dig through everything and turn all the manure into the deep bedding. It gives them something to do, and it aerates the deep bedding and so on. Then the next thing is that one of these, completely full, is exactly enough for 10 chickens. I strictly give them 140 grams of this feed per day, and obviously in the summer that is less. You can see that because they find more feed outside. If you keep feeding them, you make them lazy, so it's always good in the summertime to get them some time between moving on to new pasture where they can find insects themselves and then feeding them. It's good if there's some time between, but now in the winter time I just do this in the morning, and I give one of these per 10 birds. It is very important that you don't feed them too much and they get fat, lazy, they don't lay, and so on. And you can save a lot of money by really checking that you give them the right amount of feed. This is my gravity-fed water system. I can just easily put the water in the bucket here. It stays all clean, and with gravity it goes into the water down by the chickens that I can just dump out or clean out or something. These 60 birds, they drink 2 of these buckets every day, so that's quite impressive. You might think that chickens don't drink a lot, but especially the layers. If you forget to give them water for a day or half a day, it can actually cause them to stop laying for a few days, so it's important. All the animals on the homestead, it's really important to have regularity in it all. So as you can tell, this whole hay feeding system is not optimal because the hay is up on the loft, have to go up there and so on. But the good thing is that right now it insulates the cow stable because there are like several meters thick of hay on top of the cow stable roof. When I will start having the chickens inside there, it'll stay much warmer in there. So that's going to be a good thing. Well, we have some very exciting news about the cows. Not only will we have calves in the spring, April or May, but obviously we don't know yet about Sally. I don't think that she is pregnant, but we have at least 3 cows that I think will have a calf. Plus, we're buying 4 more cows. We are going to double our herd. And technically, it is actually 2 cows that have had a calf before that are pregnant right now, and a heifer that is also pregnant, and then a bull. And we are going to send the bull, because all our cows are pregnant at the moment. We're going to send the bull eventually to the butcher shop and return the meat and sell it to customers. And that will pay for all the other 3 cows actually. Here Highland cattle is not used at all for commercial agriculture, and that's why they're so cheap. That's the main reason we chose this breed, so we could get a good start and get enough animals. They grow slower than other breeds, but they also have a lot of benefits, and we are able to buy these 3 pregnant cows for basically for free, because we're going to send the bull to the butcher and sell the meat, high quality meat, and that is going to pay for all those 3 cows. Now let me just mention, people frequently ask about this breed. Let me just answer a few questions that people have. So this breed, it grows slower, where you have these modern breeds where you also have to feed tons of grain, which we absolutely don't want to do, but they can send them to be processed at about 16 months or 18 months. And this breed, we have to wait 2.5 to 3 years until they are ready in size. But the thing is that this breed is so healthy, so the vet cost is very low. Also, they can have healthy calves all the way up until they're 20 years of age, which is also a very nice thing. They're really good moms. There's barely ever any problems with the calves. Very healthy, and so on and so on. We would like to have the breed belted Galloways, the Belties. They're kind of called Oreo cows sometimes because they have these black, white stripes. But that breed is very similar in the characteristics to this breed, and we actually want to buy a bull of that breed so that the calves will have no horns from these cows. And they will also grow faster because of the fresh blood and all of that. So that's some very exciting news. It'll still be a couple weeks at least till we get those cows, and I will have to get ready. I will actually build a feeder for them, and so they can all have more space and be doing some other planning. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. I for sure am. We have some hay reserved at a neighbor, so winter feed won't be a problem. I'm very excited about this whole process. So the geese we feed with oats mainly in the winter. Additionally, they get some chicken feed sometimes, get more vitamins. But as soon as there is area, a surface that is not snow covered, then they start eating some grass again. But we've found that barley and especially oats are the best thing for them, what they like the most. And in these conditions, obviously, you need to feed them that. Otherwise, geese are amazing because they just eat grass. So here I'm inside of the workshop. The reason why I made a corner here for the hatching machine or machines, the other one is going to come hopefully today. The reason for that is that they need to stand in a warm place, and the workshop is the only place except for our pump rooms here on the homestead that is warmed up. But yesterday, for example, was just a couple degrees below freezing, but we had this ice cold wind from the northeast all day, and it cooled this workshop down to about 10 degrees, even though we had the heater on. And that's due because this is an old block house type building for the most part. You see behind here, you see the lock still. And then the wind goes through the little gaps. So it cooled down, and this hatching machine was not able to keep up the temperature. So I put this styrofoam in front of this glass at least, so it would insulate a little better. The thing is, they recommend to have a steady temperature at about 16 degrees Celsius. So a little bit below room temperature. And it's really important. So I will have to keep a close eye to this, that we will have a steady temperature here and that the hatching machines are able to keep this up. Otherwise, we have roughly 140 eggs in here. I always write the starting day and starting time. I also write when I will have to change the temperature, lower it towards the end, when I will put them on the hatching trays, when I will higher the humidity and stuff. All of that here, so I don't have to think twice. But I put all that information here when I start hatching, so I can just quickly, easily do it with one look in the morning. I can do that. I will have the other machine. I will do the same thing. And then right here, I'm already starting to collect the eggs. I write the date on here. I collect them and I turn them every day. These I sorted out when I had enough eggs. I sorted out the ones that I didn't like or that were a little damaged. So I just put the very best eggs in here. Obviously you don't want to put eggs in that are weirdly shaped, like kind of flat or very round like a golf ball. You just want to have the perfect weight and the perfect size, ideally. So we're going to be hatching in here, and this corner, it's close to the heater, but not so the heater blows on it directly. And very happy with this machine. I ordered a completely different machine now. So we'll see how that one works. From what I've heard when I talked to the person that sells it, it works a bit different than this machine. So we'll see if we figure that out. I will give you guys an update when I get that hatching machine. But that's it for today, guys. There was a lot of information, a lot of talking here. but I hope you appreciated some of this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.